Chicken has a place in everyone's heart, but it doesn't get treated as if it's an amazing meat. People like beef, people like stroganoff, it's weird. Why not go for a classic grilled chicken and change your fucking life? $10,000 worth of equipment, the best chicken, farm raised, it's absolutely going to be the best chicken you've ever had in your life. You don't even need to watch, that's how fucking good this recipe is. Just skip to the end when it's amazing. I have all the best tools the planet has ever seen. It's gonna be amazing. Yes, that is it. Thank you for showing all of them, Jocelyn. I'm treating you to fucking maple barbecue smoked chips and this goddamn chicken. If that's not fucking love, I don't know what is, man. It's just so tender. You really just can't get away from that level of just tenderness. Even though it's a 4-day marinade, it's still really great. Sorry, 3-day marinade. I mean, seriously, we took this, sliced it into that, and made sandwich quality, salad quality chicken. No matter what you say, this is the 10 out of 10 right here. So you're probably wondering how to make the marinade for the chicken. Well, that's actually the easiest part. Not really. You can experiment with this marinade in 100 different ways, but this is what I do and I highly recommend it because you're going to have the most tender, amazing grilled chicken you ever had. Honestly, I've put it on beef, I've put it on pork. It has yet to fail me, this marinade. It is too good to forget. Salt, pepper, garlic, onion powder, and there's a secret ingredient. It really is, this is the key ingredient that makes this one of the best chickens you'll ever have in your life. It's just ground mace. Whatever is in this is too good to comprehend. This ground mace here, you don't use much of it, but this provides some tenderness, some deliciousness. I don't know what it is, but honestly, tweak this part of the dry recipe however you want, however macey or however peppery you want. These dry ingredients here is what you're really focusing on. But then, when you're doing the marinade, you need your 3 wet ingredients. These 3 things, it really is just, it's mind-blowing. What you want to do is you want to do a couple tablespoons of this, do maybe like a cup or 2 or white wine. I would say keep it to a cup if you have only like a chicken breast or 2 you're working with. And then you only use maybe like a couple of tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. Depends on if you want to go for like maybe a lemon pepper type chicken or like a vinegary type of thing. But this, you don't want to go too heavy on, and you really, that's your marinade. You let it sit for at least 6 hours. That's my key time that I go for, at 6 hours. The stuff you're gonna see in this video actually went for the better part of 3 days. I am very lazy. So now with your chicken being done, obviously we gotta make a vegetable on the side. You can do whatever vegetable you want. I usually recommend like a roasted corn, or you can use one of my favorite things because simply speaking, you can't beat a good old Brussels sprout. So now you have a whole variety of sizes of Brussels sprouts, but I'm just gonna teach you actually what the form is that I'm gonna be cutting these into. And really, you can do this for yourself however you want. Got a nice big Brussels sprout, and this is what we're doing. Take the ends off, and then we are slicing these like sandwich slices. Take these little crappy ends, throw them out or save them for a stock. Or throw them on the floor because you can't aim for shit. We're going for about that. You realistically want a nice thin slice where the leaves do have the ability to break off, but you keep that stem on there. Don't lose that stem. You just want to cut off enough of that little crappy end that you don't want to eat. Now we have to cut every single little individual freaking Brussels sprout. Please help me. In fact, I'll hire like 3 people just to do the crap I don't want to do as a cook. What do you think a sous chef exists for? Very hot on my balls. I bet it is. Gotta fucking burn. Are you heating up your grill? Are you staring at my crotch? Well, while you're waiting for your grill to heat up, why don't you go check out the links in the description down below. You know why I have holy pants? Because I'm too busy saving money, investing in stocks and cryptocurrencies. Check out the links in the description down below. Figure out how you can get free money and free stocks. Deposit $100. Give it a try. What do you got to lose? So now we have our Brussels sprouts here, cut up, ready to go in sandwich shape. Before we do anything, salt. You need to use salt, give a nice healthy coating, and mix them so that way you can activate the salt entering into the Brussels sprouts. It's a little bit of a trick. People don't tell you that. It is a really great way to help tenderize your Brussels sprouts before you eat them. or even cook them for that matter. All you gotta do is let it sit here for 1 to 5 minutes, depending on how long you wanna let it go, and then you add in the rest of your spice, which is right over here. Just for the sake of health, I'm doing the usual garlic, onion, black pepper, but the secret ingredient of, bam. This will kick up the flavor and the heat just enough to give you just a really good taste of maybe like a summertime. If you want to go a little Spanish, you have the chicken there, which is perfectly grilled. It's super tender. You take these as well. You could throw these into a freaking tortilla if you wanted to. I mean, you really can't go wrong on the spices. It's when you use oils and fats and all that other crap that adds that calories and crap. But I'm like, what is the point of existing if you're not adding spice to life? I'm only doing maybe like 2 tablespoons here. Go light. I'm only doing like 4 tablespoons. This is why like you get things like measuring cups and squirt bottles and like misters so you can mist your vegetables with oil so you don't just accidentally glug in a gallon of oil and therefore negating the healthy meal you're going for. But you know, we're talking about me here. Nice healthy mix. And this is just going straight on the stove on high. No frills, it's simple as pie. Make sure you get every little piece as coated as you can. This stuff does have a habit of wanting to burn to the bottom if you don't attend to it. So if you get a nice distribution of salt and oil on it, that actually will prevent it from sticking to the bottom of the pan. And once you hear this starting to sizzle or just give you a little bit of a hissing noise, you're gonna wanna cover it and just leave it the fuck alone for at least 10 minutes. I want those char marks though. But once I have the appropriate amount of char, the amount that I'm okay with or happy with, I'm going to add in white wine here and then just let it slowly simmer and cook itself down so that it's fully cooked. But you can do what you want to do in this one. It tastes so fucking good, Jocelyn. Jocelyn, stop doubting me. For the love of God.
What am I supposed to do? Just be a supportive spouse? Yes, everything you do is fantastic.
Everything I do is fantastic. And you know it. All right, Miss Taste Tester. Objective opinions only. I have not told you or given you any instruction, but I want a rating out of 10 and I want to know why. How much would you pay at a restaurant for that? What do you think about the complexity? What are the inner detail working of the muscle fibers? Did I properly break them down and allow the proteins to separate from the fat molecules?
They got a little bit of blood left to them, so they still got like just a little bit, not crunch, but like they're not soggy like what you can really easily do with vegetables. So they got just the right amount of, yeah, did a really good job of like really cutting back that strong vegetable flavor and just sort of replacing it with just like a nice mild, I don't know what, like kind of buttery.
What I think ultimately this is a meal designed for is this goes in a burrito.
Yeah.
You chop everything up really thin slices. You throw in a burrito with just like an ounce of salsa or sour cream and you got a top tier burrito. You don't need lettuce, you don't even need cheese. You just throw a little bit of salsa or a little bit of sour cream and it would blend everything. I'm like, that's my ideal situation with this.
I mean, I don't know about that with the Brussels sprouts, but you know your way around a Brussels sprout is what I'm gonna say. That's why I bought them. I wanted your Brussels sprouts and you did not disappoint. The chicken's really good. It's got a nice smoky flavor to it. With the marinade, it has nice acidity and I love my like, you know, vinegary things. But it's not overpowering. Like, I have a fetish for vinegar, but if you didn't care for it, I think it would just really enhance the flavor and not necessarily detract from it at all.
I don't even taste the vinegar.
Yeah.
That's the key is like the mace and the vinegar work with the oil in a way where it's like no flavor is predominantly overtaking the other. The only one that's slightly overtaking everything is the saltiness and the charcoal. But honestly, those are both really good flavors. So, out of 10, how did I do?
8 out of 10. Really, really good. I don't know if it's a perfect meal. I don't know what constitutes a 10 out of 10. I mean, I think this is probably, honestly...
Right, wife. Life good. Wife fight back, kill wife.